Well, there's been quite a bit of interest recently in the Agenda for Life platform and what it actually is. So I thought it was about time that I did a brief video just to clarify what we're on about. And so here we are, and I'm trying a couple of different technologies at the moment. So one of them is going live to Facebook, and the other one is basically the YouTube channel, Agenda for Life. So Agenda for Life, what is it? Well, in a nutshell, it's an online community of professionals who are at what we might call the mature stage of their professional lives. They may still be working full time, but in many ways they're looking ahead to a time when they might move to part-time work, to semi-retirement, to maybe doing something completely different from their full-time professional lives. And I know I speak for myself when I say that the full-time professional life that I've had has been an exceptionally rewarding and fulfilling one, which I have loved and valued every single day. But now it's time for something else. And on my iPad here, I'm just live streaming to Facebook, we hope, and on my laptop screen straight ahead, what I'm doing is going to the YouTube channel, we think. And so this is pretty much a test run for me, and those who know me well will know that I've always been a verbal, indeed verbose person. And so from that point of view, it's certainly a new experience for me to be going to a largely, not entirely, because there will be some interpersonal face-to-face elements to Agenda for Life in a community which is going to be built. But certainly for me to be working in a partly online environment, which will not be too wordy. It'll basically be lots and lots and lots of posts with photos, videos, podcasts, and graphics. Excitingly, I think the most exciting part maybe is with interesting people and opinion podcasts from interesting people. So there will be a weekly schedule, a Monday to Friday schedule, not set in concrete, but it's a good idea to have a schedule in mind. And that's better. Got rid of the jazz music in the background. So basically the schedule will be like this, Monday to Friday. So agendaforlife.com, which sits there as a website at the moment, but as a trial, not too much content on it presently, but from Monday the 28th of May, it will start properly. Mondays will be Monday Meetup, and there'll be information about events that are going to happen or have happened in our community. And I'm just going to repeat, what is our community? Well, lots and lots of people build online communities to serve the interests of a defined niche. For example, in Sydney, there's a site relatively similar to Agenda for Life, except that it has a very, very different community, which is professionals who are currently on paternity or maternity, in other words, parental leave. And of course, the majority of them are women, but there are some men too. It's called Circling, and it's designed to share experiences, stories, ideas and opinions, and to have the occasional face-to-face event. So that people who are in this somewhat unusual and a little bit anxiety-producing feeling of being away from the normal professional life, that in fact there is a place where you belong. It's a virtual community most of the time, sometimes a real face-to-face networking community, but it shares interesting stories from interesting people who are in or have been through, have navigated and made a success of, and found fulfilling that time of being on parental leave, or indeed people who are about to go into a parental leave phase. So back to Agenda for Life, very different community. It's people who are thinking of, or indeed are in the process of transitioning from full-time, incredibly demanding, very fulfilling and enjoyable professional life, either as salaried professional employees or indeed people in their own businesses and their own enterprises. So for those people, that's us, there are going to be lots and lots of stories, experiences, different kinds of opportunities to share with one another. It's not going to be mainly me, it's going to be the people I cajole into participating in this community, who are going to be fascinating people from all walks of life, from all kinds of professional backgrounds, and they will be able to share fascinatingly interesting and engaging stories to talk about their experiences, their values, their opinions. Now, Agenda for Life, as well as being a community which will have some actual events, it is committed to a spirit of giving back. It's committed to philanthropy. It's committed to a sense of building community. And so in our video interviews, for example, there'll be lots and lots of free-ranging questions. They'll be very casual. They'll be very open. They'll be sitting down, maybe in the red chair, and having the guest talk through things which are important, have been important, the people who are important, the professional life which is or has been important, the new plans, but also things like what sorts of relatively unknown charities does the person feel committed to, want to promote, want to enlist interest in, and maybe support from others in the community. So Monday, meetup, which is events about to happen or events which have happened, being reviewed. Talking Tuesday is basically podcasts on interesting current issues, not partisan political ever at any point, but designed to be a little bit controversial and designed to elicit feedback from the members of the community. That's you. In addition, on Wednesday, those of you who know me well won't be surprised by this, we have Wednesday wine wrap. And the whole point of that, again, is not it's not me. I don't know all that much about wine, but it's the people who agree to be guests on Wednesday wine wrap, Wednesday wine wrap that was, which will have really interesting reviews of events of wine varieties of particular wines, but unusual, affordable, but unusual, relatively high-end wines, or all kinds of wine gadgets and gizmos. And there will be photos, videos, and sound bites, tasting sound bites. Not too much slurping or spitting into the spittoon going on, but there will be a podcast element. Thursday is one I'm really excited about. I guess we could call it "This Is Me Thursdays," or the world according to, the world according to Greg, the world according to Steve, the world according to Judy, and these will be video interviews around about 20 minutes, never more than 30 minutes. Very, very wide-ranging. I'll be interviewing, but not talking too much because we're really interested in what the guest has to say over a glass of wine, possibly. Friday is Friday Food Talk. And again, it's designed to cover really unusual things. The latest in rooftop bars, comparisons of the best two-course lunch, bargain two-course lunch over with a glass of wine, but in some of the better restaurants, the kinds of restaurants where dinner's very expensive, but 2 courses and a glass of wine is delicious, same venue, same level of service, same level of food, but a really interesting introduction. So which are the best value ones, which are the less value ones? And so that's the plan in a nutshell. If you're receiving this video by a link before the 28th of May, that probably indicates that you're being invited to be one of the first video interview guests. So we'll see how we go. I'm excited. I have learned so much about technology, school learning, and that's very, very exciting because I have been a primarily verbal thinker. As you know, I think in paragraphs. And so for me, learning to operate equipment, and I keep forgetting to look at the second camera, so apologies to those of you who are on that one. So learning to use equipment, but also learning to use a variety of platforms. It's very exciting. And so thank you for listening and watching, and I wish you all the best.